Halo and 343 has officially said if you can't beat them, you join them. What am I talking about? Halo Infinite's apparently going to have a patch or a game mode. I don't necessarily know the whole concepts of it yet. It's kind of just breaking like 30 minutes ago, where you're going to be able to play Halo at third person. Now, we all know when it comes to, multiplayer games in general, there's a lot of stuff going on whether or not first person's in or out. I would say stuff like Fortnite has made it extremely hard to compete in this scene these days. Fortnite has been so popular that it's hard to compete if you're not in third person. That doesn't necessarily mean you can't compete if you're not in third person. It just means it's harder to compete if you're not in third person. So, let's I'm kind of in shock a little bit, to be honest with you guys. But before I give my personal opinion on the matter, let's jump over here and let's watch this, guys. Let's watch this. So this is coming straight from the Halo website, as you can see, straight from the Halo website. And we're going to go over and we're going to really break down this trailer. Let me let me shorten this a little bit, cuz this is kind of crazy. This is literally the last thing I ever expected from Halo. We're going to talk about whether it's good or not. So as you can see, the whole thing's in third person, which I'm not going to lie. Chat, put in the comment section. How you guys feeling about this? I'm not going to lie. Obviously, when you go into your scopes, it goes into first person. Oh, it looks weird with the sword combat. Big team battle. Capture the flag, which he was always in, third person with capture the flag. So you can just easily go into your aim down sights when you want to. This is just mainly the walking around thing or hip firing. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know if this is going to be like the way to play in the future. But one thing I will say is like this is interesting. I'm kind of curious on how you're going to play this. Is it going to be one of those things where it's like just in certain modes, or can you switch no matter what game mode you're playing on? I'm kind of curious on this, But one thing I won't lie, guys. I won't lie. Third person kind of looks good. Let's look over it again while I talk about it a little bit. I can't front to you. This gameplay looks fun. Obviously, first person is going to be the way a lot of people play, especially diehard Halo fans. But I can't lie to you and say that this isn't a nice, welcomed update. Well, it's not happened yet. They said it's a work in progress. Keep in mind, they've already had a lot of perspectives in Halo that's third person. So I'd assume that, there's a lot of like semantics, a lot of little issues that happen. But this probably didn't take too long to do. But one thing I will say is, people complain for years saying, well, PlayStation, they make third person work. Why can't Xbox do third person? And it does look like they tired of competing. So they're like, we're gonna make one ourselves. We're gonna make one ourselves. And it's like I said, third person looks solid. It does. Like, and then you could see like the armor on you completely. It's looking pretty interesting, man. It's looking interesting. It looks like you could play this on any game mode. So I don't know if that specifically means that you have to go to like a specific game mode. Here's the thing. Halo is still a fun game to play. But it's never been really inviting to a huge degree. I felt like there was a lot of issues that went in to whether or not this game was ever going to be successful. But it does feel, for this particular update, that they realized that they could never truly compete with Fortnite. Now, I don't think that they're trying to make this game look like Fortnite, but I think they're trying to replicate a little bit of the feel. And it all depends on how they go about cosmetics. Because Halo Infinite's cosmetics, they're okay, but it's just like, unless you want to compete with the Call of Duties and the Fortnites and the Apex Legends, like, them cosmetics got to be it. It's got to be the reason, one of the prime reasons why people invest time and money into your platform. And until you put that effort, I feel like this update's going to be relevant. A lot of people are going to enjoy this update, but it's not going to fix some of the core issues that Halo has, which is mainly just the roadmap in general. You know, how are you going to play this? Why are you going to play this event? What do you get for this event? You know, when you get into stuff like battle passes, you got to improve on that as well. There's a lot of aspects to this. But I will say, for yesterday, if someone would have came to me yesterday and they said, Addict, I want third person in our game, I would have probably told you I don't want third person in Halo. But after actually seeing it, it's like one of those scenarios. I know what you guys know what I'm talking about, where you don't necessarily know what you want until you see it. But when I'm sitting here, and I'm going to flop over here again, and I'm sitting here and I'm looking at how decent this third person aspect looks. And like I said, it comes across on a lot of things. How they implement it, how this is used. Can you use this in third person mode? I'm curious on you guys in the comment section. Would you guys have an issue if you could just switch back and forth depending on, it doesn't matter what mode you are? Part of me feels like there's got to be third person and first person, but the other part of me feels like from a competitive standpoint, is that going to matter a whole lot if you're in one mode or the other? I think, you know, it's all about the player. I don't know. Third person, you can see a lot more of the field. Third person, you can peek corners. There's a lot of aspects to third person that would be superior to first person in terms of, you know, the first person counterpart. So I'm not necessarily understanding if, you know, what this is going. They don't really give a whole lot of info. Like if we look back here, just experience a new way to play. Third person mode is coming to Halo Infinite this November. They don't really give a whole lot of info on exactly how this works. Maybe it's somewhere else on the internet. Feel free to put in the comment section below if you guys see that. Look, I know some people aren't going to like this. Some people are going to think that they're just, you know, trying to be the green PlayStation. I see that phrase a lot. But one thing I will say is it's okay to implement. It's okay to pivot. And I think Halo as a third person, maybe it won't gain this giant found of people. Maybe it won't. But I think we owe it to ourselves to at least try. I think 343 has enough respect where at least trying. We don't know exactly the ramifications of bringing something like this game to a third person market. And there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people in this direct community too that won't touch a game unless it's third person. So I'm kind of curious what their opinions on this too. I'll probably look at that later. But it's interesting, man. I think this is a welcome change. Just depending on how they implement, I don't know how they're going to do that yet. I think we're going to have to sit back and wait for more information on that. You know, this with the community updates that they've done, the way that they have gotten the community to make most of the content instead of 343, and it's actually good community. You know, most of the time, the best community and everything when you have something like a Forge mode is the community. It's not the actual developer making the game. So I'm curious to hear what your guys' opinion is in the comment section below. Definitely put it down there. If you enjoyed this video, definitely hit that like button. It's always appreciated. You can always sub to the channel for weekly content. We make content over here just about weekly. I wasn't going to make a video today. I'm going to be honest with you. I was just going to stream my Tim Tim, which I'm streaming Tim Tim on the Addict Arena. It's in the description below. I was just going to stream Tim Tim because I've never played that. I've only played Pokemon, and I've been really jumping into that world. But after I saw this, I was like, oh, this can't wait till Monday. Hell, this can't even wait till Saturday. We got to talk about this right now. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, hit the like button. You can always follow me on Twitter at Lord Addict IOP. In the descriptions, all that stuff, including the Addict Arena. Like I said, my streaming channel. But I appreciate everyone for coming through. You guys have been phenomenal the past couple weeks. We've been getting some good subscribers. We kind of bounced back a little bit from the beginning of the year. There was like huge dips in subs at the beginning of the year for some reason. I don't know. Kind of curious who actually gets to this point of the video too. I actually saw a few people yesterday comment that they got to the end of the video, and I really appreciate that, guys. I really appreciate that. But anyway, this is Gaming Addict. I'm out of here. Peace. Ooh, I wonder how many people is generally going to get mad over this. I know that there's people in the Halo and the Xbox community don't want them to make any kind of changes whatsoever. But to me, guys, If this brings more eyes to the Halo Infinite game, why care? As long as it's for the better. See you guys.